Hey y'all, this is your girl, Dr. T. What's up? It is time for What Girl Talk. As we are waiting for people to come on, y'all know I sent you a little ding to remind you that it is Tuesday and it is Girl Talk Tuesday. But before we get started, this is your girl, Dr. T.O.D. I am a sustainable business and personal coach, and it is my job to help you win in this season. And what does winning mean? Winning means welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never, ever give up on you. I created Sustain Your Business Academy and this platform to be able to help women entrepreneurs, whether you're in health and wellness or otherwise. And so this platform allows me, my Girl Talk platform allows me to introduce you to people that you may not even think about. You know, I am such a great advocate for small businesses and women-owned businesses. So I have an amazing guest coming on today. And actually, we have a project that we are working on that's coming up in September called Sharp, Sexy Sisters. Now, there is a biblical principle to that, so don't get it twisted about the sexiness in there. But we're going to have a good time. If you see any of the feeds before, you can look for that as well. Also, coming up this Saturday, I am having a brunch, and I invite you to sign up for the brunch. It's going to be a way for you to actually dive in and look at 3 areas of your business and how you can improve it. And so we will go through all of that. Follow me on Facebook. Go to Med is My Biz. I'm also on Instagram at 2020 Eye Doctor. So go to all my platforms there. But today is something that is so dear to my heart, and that is having a winner mindset and a triumphant mindset. A lot of times we get so bogged down about losing that we forget about our wins. So today I have Miss Norma, and we also affectionately call her First Lady. And she has an amazing platform for future authors and things of that nature. And let me just go into her site for a little bit before I put her on. So a little bit about her. She has at Chosen Publishing, they believe that every author has a story to tell and that every story deserves to be told. She works with the writers every step of the way in the literary journey, helping them to bring the most from their work and their minds and their aspects and their ideas. And she helps you to publish it, like really, like step by step by step. And the one thing that she has on here, which I love, is that she says, get to writing. So for those that are interested in writing your own book and things of that nature, we will definitely talk a little bit about that. So without further ado, I am going to bring on Miss Norma.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I am well, and thank you so very much to having me on this edition of Girl Talk. I've been excited about coming on all day.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more. I know I only gave a snippet, but tell us a little bit more about the Chosen Pen.
Well, Chosen Pen Publishing is a company that's very near and dear to my heart, simply because it was given to me through the Holy Spirit. It's something that I must do. It's really my burden, if you want to call it that. It is my giftedness that I operate through. It is something that once I retired, I retired from a secular job at a HBCU, an administrator there, and working there for over 20 years, teaching and whatever. But intending to stay home and not do anything else was my goal. But I was also writing Bible studies and teaching Bible studies.
Okay.
And my story quickly for that part is one night during one of the Bible studies, I was teaching every I mean, I would have a small Bible study because I believe in we need not to have a lot of people together. So it was only 6 women around my dining room table at the time.
Okay.
And they always told, we would go through this process of the book that I wrote, the study that I wrote, and they all shared. I mean, they were so burdened. They had so many things going on that I would start calling them their Job stories. And this particular night we were talking and they were sharing, and I was telling them about the things that they needed to do, that God had given them streams of income. You know, some of them were crying, they didn't have finances, they couldn't do whatever, but they were such gifted women. But they had stories and of their life. They had life stories. And all of a sudden their faces changed to books.
Wow.
And I tell this, I don't tell it that often because most people don't believe me anyway. But which is amazing, which is fine. But the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, well, and even before that happened, he spoke to me and said, you need to publish their stories. You need to help them tell their stories. That there are so many people who are waiting, desperate, and that's one of my keywords, they're desperately waiting for the healing that's going to come through their stories. That their stories weren't about them, their stories are about the people who are there going to help the healing. But of course, I'm not doing that. I'm not writing anymore. You know, I've written in professional journals, academic journals. I said, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't have any clue as to how to do that. And that's when the books changed. The faces changed. There were titles on their faces. And the book that I wrote from that, it was a study book, had the titles of those stories in it. And so that's how Chosen Pen came about, simply because when I was in high school, I helped integrate the high school in the 60s, and I was getting ready to quit in the 9th grade. And I had my conversation with God, saying, I'm not doing this any longer. I cannot take this. I cannot take being called names. I cannot take being spit on. I cannot take, all these things. Right. And then the part of that conversation was, it's not about you.
Right.
You've been chosen by me to help, and you may not understand it now, but you will understand it later. So get back in there.
Right.
And so from that part, I started calling myself Chosen.
Awesome.
And so that's how, to be truthful, the whole part of the Chosen Pen, like the Holy Spirit said, you've been chosen to do this job, and you need to do it. So Chosen Pen came out of that you've been chosen to write.
Great. So please let us know who's watching. If you're coming on, say hey, say what's up. If you follow Miss Norma, say hello, say what's up, say how are you. But we're going to talk just a little bit, probably about a few moments about, the mindset of being a winner. I have thought about this for a while, and I know for me, one of my verses, not actually verses, I'll go to the Bible a little later, but one of my quotes has been, I've actually put it on a lot of my emails and all of that stuff. And one of the things that it is that it doesn't take a whole lot to be successful. You just have to have the mindset to be successful. And for a lot of times, I didn't know who wrote it, and I researched it, and it was actually football coach Vince Lombardi. Somebody gave me that when I was in high school, and it just stuck to me. The difference between a successful person is not how much you know, it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's your will to succeed.
Right.
So yeah.
Yes.
So that's my quote. And I used to always put that on there. I would put it on the wall because, as African American women, we tend to doubt ourselves, and maybe as women in general, but we tend to doubt ourselves. We have to work a little bit harder to get where we want to be. And so 3 things that we can kind of talk about right now is developing a routine for success. Right? Developing a routine for success. Okay. And the mindset is everything when it comes to being successful, as you know. And it doesn't matter how talented you are. I just said that. And or how many connections you may have. I just said that. And it's your winning mindset or your losing mindset. So I know for me, as a sustainable business coach and personal coach, I'm coming in from the aspect of being a coach, right? I have the coaching spirit. Yeah, it's more or less, we're gonna dig deep, we're gonna get in this, and I don't care if you lose today, as long as you tried your best, right? That's where we're going. So what do you think about having a routine? How important that is that?
Well, I am a big advocate of routine. I'm a big advocate of success in business. In order for you to have success in business, you have to have a routine. I'm a fervent advocate of journaling. And that routine for journaling is something that we start with morning routines. We have to write out our goals, our objectives. We try to follow those throughout the day. We have our night routines. But the main thing for the business person, you journal, you put those thoughts and ideas down, and they help you get clarity through your prayers, and your end results comes from the routine that you've established. We know that most of the people, Oprah Winfrey, all the major people major billionaires they do journaling. And through that journaling, it's something that's called success journaling, really. And that's how you are able to determine. You can write, if you're even as simply as doing your pros and cons within your journal, it helps you get clarity in your mind. When you have arguments with yourself, you write all that down, and it helps you get clarity in your mind. So there's nothing that helps you to be more successful than writing, to me. And that writing, whatever you need to do, you write it. And that from brain to paper, you end up getting.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. Okay. What do you say to somebody that says, I can't write?
I say, baby, and matter of fact, I just was in a conference and a lady texted that to me Saturday. And I said, well, you don't have to write. If you're at a point where you cannot put pen to paper, and most people think that they cannot, try it. Take up a pen, or, if you can't write, open up a computer. Everybody does some form of putting words somewhere at some point in time. So don't say you cannot write, because you're selling yourself short. Okay. You may not write because you don't want to write what you are feeling. Okay. And that's a big difference. And that's a big difference with self-worth and self-esteem. If it's low, then you don't want to write.
Right.
You don't want to reveal what those feelings are. And that's the perfect time for you to write.
Okay.
Because you need to write like I told her, just if you don't do anything else, free write for 5 minutes. It doesn't matter what you say, what you do, anything, just write. Okay. And usually in that 5 minutes, things start to come out.
If this is adding any value to you, say, I'm going to start writing. I know that's long. Just put write. Just put write, and I think when we're talking about success, I always talk about the mindset of what success looks like for you. A lot of times we are always looking at other people and what is success looking like for you. So the other one is we kind of touched on it. Force yourself to do what is uncomfortable. I know Dr. Stevie, we have the same coach. I know Dr. Stevie told me that the other day. She said, you're going to have to let go, Doc.
Matter of fact, she just told me that today.
She told me that last week. She said, you're going to have to let go, Doc. Yeah. Everything is not going to be perfect, but you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to be uncomfortable in certain situations. And I would even say, like, doing this live, this is uncomfortable for me, guys. I'm not that one that's always upfront and things of that nature. Although other people might think that I have such this bubbly added, spirit, but inside I don't feel like.
Well, I feel the same, because we had our conversation today about these lives and videos, and she said, we're talking about visibility. Where are the videos? So They're not out there.
So maybe we got to help each other. This is what it's about. So here's your first live with your girl, Dr.
But
T.
I do these types of broadcasting things, and that's not an issue. It's so much of doing my own
Right.
live. She just, spontaneously, you do a lot of what?
Right. So that takes you out of being on that. You're being uncomfortable,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You're being uncomfortable. So
I had
sometimes
to make that decision today that I was going to go into that uncomfortable zone, and in order to be successful. Because as she explained today, if you don't do the wave of the future, and the wave not of the future, the wave of today is video.
Right.
And then, so if you want to be successful in what you're doing, you have to do the video.
Right. So it says here, if developing a mindset was easy, everyone would do it, right? Does that mean everyone would do it?
Right.
A winning mindset comes from doing what you feel is uncomfortable, and only you know what situations make you uncomfortable. So yeah, that's important.
And that's the whole thing. When you are feeling uncomfortable, that's when you're journaling and you get up in the morning and you're feeling uncomfortable, you need to write down why. Why do I feel uncomfortable today? Why am I feeling at odds today? And then you write those things down on one side of your paper, and then on the other side, you can go back and say, oh, what do I need to do to make this a change, to make this a positive?
Okay.
Because if you have identified, you need to be able to identify what's making you feel that way. Why I woke up, as people say, why did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed?
So bad.
And it may come to the bottom line that I went to bed angry last night.
Yeah.
You need to dig deep to come up with the answers to the feelings that you have, because ultimately those feelings are going to lead to some other types of behaviors that you don't want.
Yeah. So, and again, guys, this is First Lady Norma. She has, let me put her information up now. Here's her website is scrolling below at www.chosenpen.com. On there, you'll find a plethora of things and inspirational things. But the other thing I saw on there, I noted, is the book that's coming up, right?
Yes, I have an anthology coming out of the voices of mothers of Black sons. Is what I'm working on for an anthology right now. I'm writing a book on forgiveness, co-authoring a novel that touches on all areas of forgiveness from everyone, based on from drugs to disabilities, and how people fail, to having abortions, to have giving their children up for adoption. It's just really a lot in it, but it's a novel, but a lot of it covers a lot of the things that we need to seek forgiveness for in our lives. Again, I'm a big proponent of forgiveness. I think that's something as a world, if we all pushed forgiveness, that we would be able to find a lot more of the peace that we're seeking in our lives today.
Awesome. And then the third thing, it's funny, but you're gonna laugh, right? You're gonna laugh at this one that I found. I found this and I said, I've never done this, but it kind of makes sense. So again, we're talking about coaching, right? Yes. What do you do when you're actually working out or you're getting hot and everything? You take cold showers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I like this because it's still going back to really doing something that's uncomfortable. And the one thing that it's saying about cold showers, I kind of twisted a little bit. So take a cold shower when you are just like feeling like you cannot move or go forward, right? Take a cold shower. What that does is it shocks your system, and a cold shower helps to actually build your immune system. Did y'all know that?
No, I did not know that.
So a lot
steamy shower helps, but I didn't know about the
Yeah, so a lot of times they'll tell you to kind of boost your immune system or just to get your skin plumped and all that is other, stuff in there. But to basically once you come out of a warm shower, turn it to cold. That now seals your skin because now your pores are closed. And so it also adds a layer of protection for you. So look into that. But that's kind of one of the things that it was saying. So I kind of flipped the script on a cold shower and thought about ways of what's cold in your life and how do you warm it? So it goes back to what you're saying, like write down how you're feeling if it's negative, right? And then figure out a way. I like the term flip the script or change the narrative.
Right.
And that's almost like what you're saying with writing. Like change the narrative a little bit on where you want to go. And the most important thing with that is that you hit on earlier was the fact that you're writing for yourself, but you're writing for others that may want to come in.
Yes. You're writing for those people, and I think we get so hung up on things that we think God has done to us or allowed to happen to us without, and I have this saying that I tell them, well, be thankful that God chose you for that particular situation, because he had to think you were very special and loved you very much in order to give you such a situation. And you need to be able to take that situation and go out here and build the kingdom with it. Because everything we do, the only thing you're here for, remember why you're here after salvation, is to build the kingdom. So whatever has happened or whatever is happening in your life, you need to be able to take that thing and help build the kingdom with it.
And I'm thankful for that because this is kind of where girl talk is taken. And I don't know if that's my mic or because I'm hearing static. That's where girl talk is kind of blossoming into some things that I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to blossom. Are you hearing feedback?
Yes, I do hear a little static.
Let me just see. Can y'all hear it? If y'all watching, just put thumbs up in the chat for me. So yeah, this is being transformed a little bit. I wanted it to be, of course, something that's fun and we can still have fun, right? Still be able to talk, but it's really everyone that has come on have been Christian women.
Oh, okay. But we have fun.
Yeah, that's what we have in sharp, sexy sisters.
Yes, we have fun.
Yep, September the 13th. Yep, September 13th. Get in, go into I'll come back on. I'll post the link because this was more for First Lady Norma, for her and her platform. And I just want to be sure that we are on. I think somebody is saying that we're okay. So they said we were okay. So maybe it's just me. But yeah, we definitely want to just go over the three things that, just have a mindset of, being uncomfortable. That was number one. Develop a routine was one. Being uncomfortable, and then flip the script a little bit and look at yourself as if you're taking a cold shower. And check Miss Norma out. Go to her website at www.chosenpen.com. Get her books. Pre-register for her upcoming book. It's going to be amazing. And I know I'm that one that says I can't write.
Of course you can write.
I'm the one that I always say I can't write.
I can't. You have a lot to, even just what you're talking about tonight, you can write.
I know, but see, I could talk better than I can write. So maybe I'll talk.
That's one of the tools.
I was gonna say
today. What you just said, you could give that to someone, and they would type it. I mean, when you're talking into your phone, it types it for you anyway, so you can still already have it. But I tell people, you don't. And if you're worried about the writing part of it, right, you don't have to do that. You have writers, you got ghost writers, you have people that help you to get your thoughts from your mind onto paper and develop them into some cohesive and manner that people will read.
Okay.
Because if they're there and if you're having them, it's your obligation to share them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I tell them, okay, you don't, let's not go into the sin mode now. I'm not doing what you've been told. And they just, people just laugh at me. Okay, I don't think that's one of the 10 Commandments.
So yeah, so this is your girl, Dr. TOD. We come to you every Tuesday at 8:00. If you are interested in becoming coming on to Girl Talk, hit me up in Messenger. You can also say something here on the live as well. If you are watching this on the replay, put replay. Now, if there is some technical difficulties, I will be asking Ms. Norma to come back on maybe next week to redo this. Who knows? It might be that chance. But in the meantime, we are here to help you win in this season. That's what it's about. Winning means welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never, ever give up on you. I'm going to leave it to Miss Norma to say one last final word.
Well, my last word is simply as what you've already said, is it's a winning season. And that winning season, it's about you. So it doesn't matter what you have to win, what your area of expertise is, what God is giving you to do, but be unstoppable with that winning. Know that whoever you are a child of God. And if he's giving you something that you need to win with this season, he has your back. And he's going to ensure that you win. We're the children of God, so we're winners. So just take advantage of what he's given you to do it, and be a winner.
Yeah, and I think that's it. So we also may need to take our own advice, right, Miss Norma?
Yes,
just do it. So again, I want to thank you again for being on Girl Talk and heeding the call when I was needing to fill some slots in for this month. And I can't wait to see how Girl Talk blossoms into something that's going to be amazing for women entrepreneurs and women that are on the online coaching business and otherwise. So I look forward to our sharp, sexy sisters in September, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Be blessed.
Thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. Stay on for a sec.